Welcome back, fellow food geeks. Today we have a lovely, delicious chart for you. Porous chilled bhalle with filled with sweet curd and then tangy chutneys on top. It's mind blowing. I don't have words. Let's quickly get started. So the first thing you need is black dehusked gram dal. It's also called urad dal or black matpe beans dehusked. So 1 cup. We'll wash it and soak it for at least 4 hours. This has been soaking for 4 hours. You can soak for up to 8 hours but not less than 4 hours. And now I'll quickly grind it after removing all the water and come back. Remember, no water at all when you're grinding. I use my food processor. Let me show you the consistency. It's granular, but it's a smoothish kind of a granular paste, and it doesn't have any water in it. Remember that. So a few things that we're going to add to this are, we'll add some crushed black pepper. You can add as much as you want. I'm taking half a teaspoon. Some raisins and cashews, around say 10 to 12 raisins, and broken cashews around 7 to 8. So I'm going to mix that in. Next we're going to add some hing. Asafoetida, I'm taking half a teaspoon. You can take more or less. Cumin seeds, 1 teaspoon. And now I'm going to mix it all up really well. You have to whisk it for at least 10 minutes, and I'm going to do that and then I'm going to see you. So I've been doing it for around 10 minutes now, and the test for it is, if it's already been whisked enough, is you take a dollop and drop it in a bowl of water. If it floats, that means it's fine. Now we have our oil ready for frying. It's heating up. I've taken a bowl of water because every time we have to dip our spoon in the water. This is a tablespoon, so you can use this to get a standard measurement. And what you see is, I've taken a pot full of water and this warm water in it, and I'm going to add some salt to it, because we didn't add any salt to the bhalla batter. We only can add it to the water. So I've added the salt to it. Salt is approximately, I added 1 tablespoon. And now my oil has heated up. I just checked to see if it's heated up. Gas is on medium to high. And now I'm going to scoop the batter and throw it in. Put it in nicely. Every time you use the spoon, you have to put it in the water. And you can use this spoon if you want smallish bhallas. You can use an even smaller spoon. That's up to you. Now I'm going to use my hand because that's the way I know, and I want bigger bhallas. So that's what I'm going to do. And just put them in. I'm going to wet my fingers each time that I take a little bit of batter and just put it in. Don't worry if the shape is a little haphazard. Once the bhallas are made and squeezed, ready to go, they'll all turn up round. Believe me, no issues. And we've whisked the dal so well, the batter so well, it actually puffs up and becomes a round on its own. So we'll just fry like so. This is a very cooling snack. It's found, it's famous in Delhi, especially in old Delhi. It's a very famous snack. You can find it everywhere in India, but the Delhi version is the best, according to me, and according to most people as well. So we're just going to fry them to a nice golden brown. I'm going to keep moving them around till they're ready. When you put them in initially, they might stick to the bottom slightly, but give them time. Just keep pouring oil over them. They will separate. With just a gentle nudge, they'll separate. Just be careful that you have to whisk it really well. That is one of the things. And the second thing is, when you're making them, don't add any water while you're grinding it up. These are 2 things you need to keep in mind when you're making bhallas. And of course, the soaking. You have to soak it in salted warm water. It could be slightly more than warm, but it should not be boiling hot. See, I'm putting the bhallas now. Once they're done, they're golden in color. I'll just quickly take them and put them in the water. Just be careful you don't put your slotted spoon inside the water, because if you do, and there's some slight water on this, comes on this, and then you put this slotted spoon back in this wok hot oil, what's going to happen is it's going to sputter. So just be careful of this. So once we do all of them, we're going to do the next batch. The oil will still be on medium hot. If the temperature has gone down slightly, you can bring it up to temperature and then put again the same procedure. I'm quickly going to make all. This makes around 16 to 18 big size bhallas. So accordingly decide. So if you have like 3 to 4 people, use half a cup of urad dal. That will be more than enough. If you have a larger gathering, you could use 1 cup, or you could do another thing. You could make smaller ones so that there's enough for everybody. Then instead of having 16 or 18 bhallas, you are probably going to end up with 30 or so. So keep that in mind. So I'm just going to do fry all of them the same way and put them in the pot behind. Now it's important to put it in that pot with warm water and not boiling water, like I said, just remember that. And you have to salt that, not the batter. A few things, a few pointers to make nice bhallas. Okay, so now they've been soaking for 2 hours. You can soak it for a minimum of 1 hour. I've been soaking it for 2 hours. Now gently between the palms of your hands, you'll squeeze out the excess water, and in doing so, you'll also round the shape of the bhalla like this. So we're going to take a very weird shape next, and then I'm going to show it to you. Now see, I'm squeezing it very gently, and your hands will get oily, the water will also get oily. That's okay, we are going to discard this water anyways. See, now this is a weird shape, it'll turn out around, you'll see. And we can use any oil. I didn't mention that before. You can use any oil you want for frying, and most of the oil is discarded, so it's not really oily as well. So this is around 500 grams of curd I'm taking right now. 500 grams I'll take later, and I'm going to put it 500 grams I'll take later when I have to assemble the bhallas. Right now I'm just soaking them and keeping them in the fridge, so make sure they're covered. I'm just going to put a little water in this receptacle and then put that also in the bowl, in this box, and then I'm going to close the lid and keep it in the fridge for approximately, you should keep it for at least 2 hours, but if you don't want to keep it for 2 hours, you want to keep it for longer, you can keep it overnight. In fact, it will be good for 3 days in the fridge, and then you can assemble them later on also. So let's start assembling them. You'll find that the bhallas have soaked up a lot of that curd, and the curd also has become thicker. Let's open it and see. See, the curd level has gone down because the bhallas have absorbed it really well. Now you could add 1 tablespoon of sugar also to the yogurt, which we are going to put on top of the bhallas next. Now did you see how easily it just broke apart? I just touched it with a finger and the bhalla broke apart. That's how soft it is, and that's how soft it will be for you if you follow the rules that I've told you. And in case they don't turn out as soft as you would want them, just use a toothpick and prick. That also helps. Now this is chaat masala, it's homemade, or if you don't have chaat masala, you can use cumin, roast the cumin and then grind it into a nice powder. You can use that. You can add a little bit of black pepper powder also to it. That's up to you. Or a little bit of roasted mango powder can also work with the cumin powder. This chaat masala is available everywhere though, in all the Indian grocery stores. So we're going to add curd on it after putting the masala. You can actually taste a bhalla and see if you think it needs more salt. You can add a little bit of salt in the curd also. That's up to you really. But we're going to add some chutney, so I think the salt will balance out. Now this is tamarind and jaggery chutney. You can use dates and tamarind chutney also. It's very easy to make. If you want, I can teach it to you later. Just let me know in the comment box if you would like that. And now I'm going to, this is mint and coriander chutney or mint and cilantro chutney. Again, dotting it a little bit. It's a spicy one, so not putting too much. Now this is ginger, which have julienne, so put a few on top. I'm making an individual serving for 1 person. That's why I'm going to put, okay, these are green chilies which I've slit. If you don't like spicy, don't put. Now these are pomegranate seeds, you must put them. They are delicious, tangy, they really add to the flavor, and they look beautiful like red ruby red pearls, like jewels. So we'll just wipe the plate and this is ready. It's delectable, it's delicious, my mouth is watering, I'm not able to speak. Go ahead, make it. I'm sure you're going to love it. It's a very easy recipe, and the chutneys you can keep for so many things in the fridge, and I use the chutneys for a lot of things. I use the chutneys for samosas and other chaats also, and in fact I even sometimes put papri in this bhalla. So if you'd like to know the recipe for papri, do let me know. So I hope you enjoyed this recipe. Comment down below how it was. Please give me a like, subscribe if you haven't done already. Press the notification bell so you do get all those recipes as soon as they're uploaded. And do keep in tune because there's a lot of deliciousness where this came from. Bye.